So I put the power loop back on Walter because for safety reasons, he's so strong, and I wanted him to be able to have this as a kind of a stopping from pulling for you guys. But you heard that dog barking, which this dog barks usually much more intensely, but I think because Walter's not engaged with the dog isn't barking as much. Notice how Walter doesn't care. Leave it. Right there, ear perk to leave it. But now that he's calmed down significantly and is no longer, he's still a very anxious dog, but his anxiety has decreased tenfold. The power loop is very subduing now. So as where before, I'm turning left into him because he's trying to glob onto my leg. There you go. Whereas before, having a leash around his nose did nothing to prevent reactivity or to help his state of mind. Now that he's calmed down a lot and is more subdued, that he's no longer as anxious. So the power loop is actually has a subduing effect on him, where he's not actually doing automatic barks. I have 2 landscapers on my property right now, and I walked him by and I was definitely expecting to turn him, but he didn't even care. He didn't even boff. So my hope is that this tool is going to help you in not just pulling, but also maybe subduing and helping these associations, fine-tuning the associations and making him less barky. Let's go. I'm going to walk by this fence again. Here, here, here. I'm going to turn him because he's not with me. He's sniffing the ground. So as I'm walking by this fence, I'm going to be looking down at his head here. He looks over at this dog. With you guys, I'm really worried about timing with you. You missing your moment, because you both need to be able to have control over this dog and not allow him to escalate because he's too big and powerful. So I'm going to look at this forehead, and if I see the forehead scrunch, or if I see him looking over at this fence, I'm going to tap him on the e-collar and tell him to leave it. Shoot my shadow now. Come on, dog. Oh, hey.
Are you using my dog to train yours?
All right, well, my neighbors came out and cut me off, so here's part 2 of our session. So I'm going to come around the corner here to those landscapers that I was talking about. And I want to watch Walter's ears. See how soft he is right now? So when he sees these guys, right there, boom, super mild. I hope you could see it. It's super mild. It's so hard for the average person to see that. Again, I'm going to let him look at it. It's just this leash is just super subduing on him, so he doesn't do that auto bark when it's on. And I'll see in the next few days as I keep putting it on him whether or not this is something that stays consistent, because he might get used to the sensation again and it no longer have the lasting effect that I'm enjoying right now. But this could end up being the tool that kind of seals the deal for us. And it's a short leash, so you guys don't have to try and manage that long line. But I also worry about. Good job, Walter. Good job, buddy. Hey. Oh, there he tenses his mouth up. I feel like that mouth, again, some of these things, I know it's going to be hard for you to see, but you can tell when he stops breathing that a lot of times that's an indicator that he's getting ready to bark. Holds his breath and tenses his mouth up. There's like 500 indicators that this dog might explode. So I want to try to simplify them for you a little bit more so that you're not overwhelmed by, oh gosh, which trigger is what. And I think with time, as you get to know him, you're going to understand more and more of what's getting him worked up. And you'll have a faster response to it, which will prevent the reaction. But there's a couple videos of how well he's doing. I'm pretty proud of him right now. So I've got the speaker box. Hopefully you can hear it because it's in the distance. But I want to show you some things you can do on the walk to help your walk get a little bit better. So I'm doing it from this angle, so it might be a little wobbly. I'm doing it from this angle so you can see where his head is in terms of my leg, so you'll know your standards. I'm starting at a 4 on the e-collar, and we'll see if he needs a higher number. I'll say, here, you see my knees? So if I'm not seeing that head go over the knees, we can keep walking. Let's go. Left turn, which is what I'm gonna have you guys mostly do. Now, I'm gonna clump some videos together for you, some from yesterday and some from today into one video, so it'll kind of be spotty and edited, but it's because I've made a few short videos of this exact thing. One's about the power loop, which I think is working in our favor now. Let's go. But what I'm gonna have you guys start doing a lot of is just left turns. Left turns and e-collar taps. So right now, I'm not getting anything past my knees. Sometimes he shoots out. So if I get that, and I am going to left turn into him, right into his head, which he didn't do it there, but I'm trying to stay within the range of the speaker. Okay, so left turn. Hillary's gonna come out here with the dog so I can show you what to do when he sees a dog. Okay. So there she is coming out now. And then I'm gonna pay attention to Walter. See that? Leave it. That was a boost on the e-collar. He can't look. So you just, whether it's the forehead or the ears or what, I think it's gonna be easier for you guys just to not let him look right now. No looking. Let's go. See that? I tapped him on the boost. You can say leave it. Let's go. The left turn into him is really beneficial if you're losing ground, like maybe your e-collar wasn't high enough and he didn't respond to it. So what I need the response to look like when I'm trying to get him out of this, leave it. I need to see him actually not look. So if I say leave it, the command doesn't turn off, or the e-collar doesn't turn off until I actually see his head move away from the dog and leave it. Leave it. Good. I'm gonna do one more walk by. Leave it. Good. Good job, Walter. It's getting closer to my leg here. Sweet, thanks, dude. Actually, let's do one more. So let's say you're walking directly towards a handler like this, and you're not feeling like you have any room to give space, and he's getting worked up. That left turn right into his head blocks him from being able to fixate and load. And you might have to walk away to the point where you have an out if he's escalated. The point is to be able to do walk-bys, but you're gonna need distance to start. And if you get this head-on encounter, let's go. That left turn is gonna immediately prevent him from exploding. So that's gonna be a go-to for you. Thank you, dude.
Yeah.
Leave it. Good job, Walter. Let's go. Left turn. So you're pretty much going to be doing leave it for left turns. And the leave it is when he looks and you can actually get that eyesight. Let's go. You can get those eyes to quit looking. All right. And then the left turn is like one of those where if you're having trouble getting him to leave it, or you feel like he's escalating at all, sit. Left turn and walk away is more immediate. And then what you might have to do is tell him to leave it if he tries to look behind him, because we want him to quit fixating and looking at the things that worry him. He will get over it faster if you do that. All right, so there's one other thing that I wanted to go over in this video. Let's go, which is just the basic walking, right, where there's no stimulus. And I was telling you how I want you to look at your legs and make sure he doesn't get in front of them. And that's where that left turn is going to come in. You know, where you want to be really proactive about it. Right when you see him starting to get in front, you do a left turn. Let's go. He's doing too well. But one of the things I started doing, there we go. See how he's really kind of getting too close to my left leg there? Almost to the point of touching it. I'm not doing anything right now with the e-collar because he's not doing anything wrong. But he's almost to the point where he's trying to glob. And when he globs, I tap and say, leave it. See, he's doing real well. He's giving me space right now. But if he tries to rub his nose up against my knee, or actually, see, he's moving away. He knows. Like if he actually tries to get to the point where he's like that on you, or where he's wrapped around your leg, you're either going to do a left turn, and I want that left turn to be very personal, like where you're actually kind of almost on top of him. Right? Sit. Good boy. That's a good boy. I love you, bud. Look at that, having some face. You can also tap and say, leave it. So again, it's going to be a lot of leave it and a lot of left turns. And you can use them intermittently and you can vary them. But the point is to consistently use them over and over and over again until you get desired behavior. So hopefully this was helpful for the walking portion.